Hey, what's up, guys? It's Robert Rule of 2 Review here, and today Sony loses what I think is a legend. Okay, so this was shocking news that I don't think anybody saw coming, but it was just announced within the last hour of this recording that Jack Tretton, who is the CEO, who has been the CEO of Sony for the last 19 years, is suddenly stepping down and no longer going to be a part of the company. He is being replaced by, of course, I didn't have his name pulled up right in front of me because that would be crazy talk. I'm going to get his name in a minute. But this is a pretty big deal. He's been with SCEA, which is Sony Computer Entertainment of America, like I said, for 19 years. He's been hosting their E3 shows for the last several years. Where's the guy? Oh, Layden is his last name. Oh my gosh. Sean Layden. Finally. He's replaced by Sony Network Entertainment International EVP and COO, Sean Layden. There you go. That is officially the guy who is replacing Jack Tretton. So, like I was saying, Jack Tretton, he's been hosting their E3 conferences for the last several years too. And I actually am a huge fan of Jack Tretton. I always have been. I just love his demeanor and his candor. I think he is a very smart, well-spoken, genuine-seeming man. I've liked a lot of the decisions he's helped the company make, obviously. I am a huge Sony fan and huge Sony supporter. It took a while. When they first broke onto the scene in the mid-90s, I kind of felt like they were invading my space because I was just a big Nintendo and Sega guy, and I was like, you guys don't belong here, and the PlayStation just wasn't exciting to me, or at least I didn't think so at the time. But over the years, I have learned to warm up to them and realize that they're a great gaming company. You know, I love the PlayStation brand. The PlayStation 3 became my favorite system last generation, even over the Wii as a huge Nintendo fan. And even though I have yet to be enticed to purchase a PS4 yet, I certainly will soon. I know that once the good games start coming, that's a great system, and I can't wait to own one. So here's the interesting thing. This isn't going to be a very long video. I just kind of wanted to lament the fact that somebody who I really like is leaving and, talk about this pretty big news. What's interesting is that my first thought before I actually read the little bit of details that have been released about this is that, of course, he might be retiring. It seems like the smart move. Everything is going right for Sony, for SCEA, I should say, not Sony as a company, but for the gaming and PlayStation division, everything is going right as rain. They are just kicking ass, moving forward, doing what they need to do, seeing unprecedented success, which is great. So, you would think, why would a CEO step down? It's obviously he's not being asked to leave, not being laid off, not having troubles, yada, yada. Everything's going great. So he would only be retiring. But here's the thing. Based on his quote that he released, which is a long quote, I'm not going to read it here, but I want to find... So what he says is, in the middle of his quote, he says, "Although I will deeply miss the talented team at SCEA and the passion demonstrated every day by our fans, I'm very excited about starting the next chapter of my career." End quote. So, of course, what I took away from that was that he mentions the next chapter of his career. So it seems as if he's leaving Sony, but to go somewhere else, to continue working somewhere. There doesn't seem to be any information, at least that I could find, about where he might be going, if there's rumors, if there's an official release, or if it's very public knowledge about what he's doing going forward with work, that he must not be retiring. It makes me wonder if A, they just haven't talked about it, which is probably the most likely, or B, maybe he's moving on somewhere that is not gaming or technology related. Maybe he's going to go work for Coca-Cola or something, like that. Something that is not what Sony is. He's not going to be going to, Microsoft or Zynga like Don Matrick did or any of that stuff, It's really interesting. Regardless, what I think is great is that he's not retiring, it seems. I like the fact that he's maybe just made a smart decision for himself. There's probably a reason why he didn't want to remain at Sony and go somewhere else. Maybe changing industries is what excited him. Maybe he didn't want to be in the gaming and technology industry anymore. Maybe he was offered just more money to do something somewhere else, and that's what he wants to do. I mean, obviously, money is a pretty big driver for people in the kind of position that he's used to being in. So I'm sure at some point over the next few days, that information will become public. We'll find out exactly what he's doing going forward. I definitely want to wish him luck. Like I said, Jack Tretton, I'm a huge fan. So, thanks for everything you've done after some time, you helped turn the PlayStation into something that's exciting to me, somebody who initially wasn't. Jack Tretton has been around since '95, which means right before the PlayStation launched in America, the first PlayStation. So he's been with the PlayStation brand as long as it has existed. He helped in ushering in Sony into the video game industry. And that's a pretty cool thing because they have become a powerhouse. The PS1, PS2, and now PS4 have done fantastic. They have just owned everything that they've been doing. PlayStation 3, of course, not so much, which is ironic because it's my favorite of all of them so far. But three out of four shots, they've been kicking ass with the PlayStation brand. And obviously, Jack Tretton was a huge determining factor in all of that success. So, like I said, thanks for all your work. Good luck. I hope whatever it is that you do going forward is the smart, best decision for you. I hope it makes you happier, makes you more money, helps you move to a part of the country maybe that you and your family want to live in if that was a factor. I mean, who knows what kind of things leads to people making these decisions. But I'm glad that you're not retiring. That's the cool thing, is you got to keep doing some work going forward. You have something with your career you want to do different than working for Sony. You deserve it because you did so much hard work so far. So like I said, thanks for everything you've done and good luck. Alrighty, guys, like I said, pretty short video today, so that's all for the Jack Tretton and Sony news. So if you like what I'm doing, you can feel free to subscribe, like, and share the video, and share your comments and your thoughts below. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.